Hey, it's Stacey Ashley here, and I want to talk about a wonderful opportunity that I had yesterday, which was to attend the Diversity Collective, which is hosted by Gender Gap Gone. So thank you, Kath Nolan, for inviting me along. It was a fantastic experience hearing about some great stories of inclusion and diversity. The thing that struck me most, though, was regardless of who the speaker was, what their background was, what their story was, and there were some fantastic stories, the consistent theme was that these people, these leaders showed up in a way that wasn't just about them. It was bigger. It was beyond them, and that might be about the people around them. It might be about the team. It might be about the organisation. It might be about the whole community. And really, I guess it just really struck me that it was servant leadership in action, and the outcomes from that were, in many cases, just beautiful to listen to and hear about. And that doesn't mean that their story is finished or that everything's perfect, but it does mean that the impact of their approach to how they lead and how they show up is so progressive. It's so productive. People feel good. In this case, people feel included. They feel valued. They feel listened to and heard and seen, and they're part of something and they belong. And the impact is broader than that, right through to the way that the business results change. Yes, it's an inclusion and diversity agenda, but the approach is really servant leadership in action. And I was just blown away by some of the outcomes, but also just by the humility and the ability for those leaders to be so self-aware and to recognise where they were showing up as they wanted to and where they were showing up really not as they wanted to, and making really conscious choice about how they change that, and the incredible benefits that created for them and for the people around them, for their community. So servant leadership. And it was a wonderful experience. Now, in the same day, I unfortunately got to see the other end of the leadership spectrum, which is selfish leadership. Leadership where it's all about me. Nothing else really matters. It's only what's important to me. It's only how it impacts me. I don't connect with the people around me, so I really don't care about the impacts on them, or even the team, or the organisation. And the consequences of that, of course, are that people get incredibly disengaged, that they don't perform, they don't offer you their discretionary effort. It's really, well, they're not great outcomes. And so it just really highlighted for me that spectrum of leadership, from selfish leadership right through to servant leadership, and the impact that can have at so many different levels. And I certainly know where I aspire to be. And so I would love for you to reflect on, where are you in that spectrum of selfish to servant leadership? And where would you like to be? And what are you going to do about that?